James Montgomery reporting. Well, everyone in business dreams of striking it rich, but what about striking it so rich you can retire before you're even 20? 2 years ago, we went and filmed a school leaver at Tadley in Hampshire who'd just begun to make big money from the new craze of computer games. Now, at the tender age of 19, he's made so much that if he wanted, he could sell up and retire. Steve McDonnell has been to see him, but first a flashback to the hopes and aspirations of that young school leaver.
My next step is in fact going to cassette duplication for computer software houses that, like myself, produce cassettes, so I shall be sort of the cassette manufacturer as well. So it's going to expand.
You aren't buying yourself a nice car or some gold cufflinks?
Nothing like that at all.
Well, the best resolutions get broken. And anyway, Richard Jones, at 19, has remained true to his first article of faith. He's made a pile of money. In fact, the Rolls at £30,000 is a mere trifle. The factory he parks it in front of cost £300,000. The auditors are in today. They seem quite happy, but then it's always a pleasure to look at Mr. Jones's books. Turnover last year was 1.1 million. Profit just under 50%. It all began fairly humbly with computer video games. Richard has lost track of how many they've produced. One title alone sold 50,000 copies.
Well, it's obviously the best so far. You know, the graphics are far superior than any of the previous Amstrad games.
Each new game is checked personally by Richard and his father, who's also his partner. Only if they enjoy it will they market it. This one they like.
You know, so this world, for anything what's been seen on any computer.
We'll probably try 899. We might have to put a larger box on it then, just to make it look like they're getting more for their money.
Jones Sr. is guided absolutely by the business instincts of his son. Richard has always been a whiz kid.
When he was young, he's always been motivated into doing something ambitious. He was always one, you know, when he was at school, you know, he was a businessman even at a very young age, whether it be repairing bicycles or mowing lawns for a reward.
You're now a multi-million-pound company. Do you think you would have made it without him?
No.
It's hard work. It's not unlike us, that's both myself and my father actually, to work an 18-hour day. So it's hard work, it's keeping at it, not getting depressed when times are low or the work's getting on top of you. You don't get many holidays or any time off. And basically keeping at it and keeping cheerful.
Are the workers cheerful? Do they resent having such a young boss?
They're probably quite pleased they've got a job at the end of the day.
16-year-old Lisa is pleased. Keeping tabs on Richard's mailing list subscribers around the world is keeping her in full-time work. And there's Andrew, at 18, one of a team of programmers devising new ideas. And not just games. Today, for instance, it's a word processor package for letter writing. The cover for it is already on the presses. Richard likes bright packaging, and with that in mind, he's just spent £250,000 on printing equipment. The high-speed tape machines, also new, will help produce some high-speed profits. The markup on each cassette will be £2, and every hour this machine churns out 1,000. With 20 staff and a business now worth an estimated £2.5 million, Richard Jones, still a teenager, faces a delicious dilemma.
I can either continue building up the empire, if you like, and then perhaps look to sell it in the future, or perhaps sell out now, or whether it be any time, and then possibly retirement, or certainly want to retire early, and perhaps follow up business as a hobby then. I don't know. Perhaps take it less seriously. Different line of business, perhaps.
You really feel you could retire at the age of 19, 20?
I think it's possible to retire at any age if you put your mind to it.
For the moment, Richard Jones has his mind on business. 3 trading companies that are making him a fortune, a 4th just getting off the ground, and a dozen other possibilities. The auditors will tell you, keeping up with the Joneses is a full-time job.
Steve McDonnell actually stole the words out of my mouth. I was going to say one Jones is going to be pretty hard to keep up with. What a remarkable young man. Anyway, trains between Waterloo and